is Rebecca, and I'm a mental health counselor. This is my final video in the trauma series. And I have to say, it's not been easy doing these videos, especially on trauma, because trauma is such a vast subject, and there's so much material, so many theories, somatic and polyvagal, and just mind body work. There's so many directions I could go, but it would be so confusing. And so that's why in this video I'm just going to talk about resilience, because when we're in a trauma, it's important for us to know that we can bounce back, and that it's possible for us to recover. The journey is very long, and for some people it might even be a lifetime journey of trying different things, either on their own or with professional help. So I don't have a magic wand to say, okay, here's how you achieve your recovery. All I can do is pour out resources that I will link below, online resources that you can further look at. But I wanted to just speak very briefly about resilience. And resilience is actually the ability to push past traumatic events. Resilience is something that can be built through building yourself up, taking care of finding the right environment for your healing journey, understanding your own behavior and how trauma has impacted you. Also, being able to find positive and healthy ways of coping that are helping you grow versus deteriorate following a trauma. So resilience is possible, but it also involves adapting new ways of thinking. And that's why, as I said, it's a long process, but it's a hopeful process. There's so many trauma-based therapies and therapists that can be useful in your journey. I know I've been talking a lot about EMDR because that's what I am familiar with, but I also know that somatic work, in-depth somatic work, polyvagal work, mind-body work, all these are ways that can help different individuals reach a place where they're able to regulate the trauma response. The reason why I like EMDR is because it's mind work. You're able to work with a therapist even without necessarily saying too much, because the therapist facilitates the process of allowing your mind to process that trauma that was stuck for a long time. And so somatic therapists work with the body by helping, either by co-regulating or by regulating that trauma response in the body that's stuck in the body. They help release that. So there's so much out there, and I just wanted to conclude by just running down a list of some of the inspirational people in the work of trauma that I have been able to read on, and I'm going to link their books below, but I'm just going to run through a list of very renowned trauma therapists and authors who have a lot of helpful information for those who would like to read their work either online or through their books. I'm not endorsing them. I'm not promoting them. I'm just sharing their names because I have found them useful. So we have Peter Levine, Bessel van der Kolk, Stephen Porges, Ruth Lanius, Pat Ogden, Thema Bryan, Bethany Brand, Deb, Dana, Janina Fisher, Kathy Steele, as well as Pete Walker and Francine Shapiro, Dan Siegel, and I think that's about it. So trauma happens. It's defined. The way you experience trauma is not the same way I experience trauma, but the body always remembers how the body remembers the trauma, and it's important for regulation and co-regulation and trauma work to happen to be able to soothe the nervous system and bring it back to health. Just like when you have a burn on your skin, it hurts for a long time, and then eventually it heals, and then there's a scab that reminds you that once upon a time you were burnt. And that's the hope, that through treatment for trauma doesn't cause amnesia, doesn't make you forget the trauma. It just helps it to heal enough that when you see it, it doesn't impact, or it's not it's not as disturbing, and you're able to thrive, you're able to navigate through life, and you're able to thrive and continue your journey in reaching your potential as a person. So I hope these videos have been helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below. There's so many directions I would have gone with this subject. It's a very sensitive subject, and I tried my best to deliver it in a way that's not triggering, but also helpful in one way or another. So there we have it. Thank you for being with me on this journey of exploring trauma, and more videos on other subjects will follow shortly. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.